Good morning, fearless friends, and welcome to the Sunday morning 7 a.m. club. This is the place where we build success without burning out. Today's session is an exciting one. It's called Lazy Gains. It's a surprising ROI of doing nothing. We explore how intentional stillness and digital detoxes can deliver returns that frantic hustle never will. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to do a quick intro on why doing nothing is different from our earlier less hustle, more flow theme. We're going to look at some of the information about it. We're going to do journaling, breath work, meditation, a little bit of movement, nutrition, and a closing challenge. So grab your journal and settle in because we're going to get started.
Welcome to the Sunday Morning Club, the place where we battle burnout and brew up bold ideas, preferably over a steamy cup of coffee. I'm Fay Chapple, and I'm your ringleader for these re-energizing Sundays. If you're ready to crack the code on resetting your mindset, rebooting your goals, and laughing a little along the way, well, you're in the right place. So let's dive in.
You may remember our episode called Less Hustle and More Flow. Flow optimizes the time you are actively working. Deep focus, no distraction, right? But lazy gains is, think of it as a complementary twin. It focuses on the time you're not working at all. Think of your mind like a phone battery. Flow is the high performance app. Lazy gain is the charger that keeps the app from draining all day, right? So business legends from anyone you can possibly think of, even from Einstein. Einstein's daily thought walks, that's what he used to do, to Bill Gates' biannual think weeks. They prove that scheduled nothingness often sparks the breakthroughs that frantic keyboard smashing just doesn't do. So this morning, we're going to practice turning guilt-ridden idle time into a strategic investment. Okay, so let's start. Before we get into it, I want to make sure that everyone has their water, whether it's lemon or today I'm drinking ginger water. It's just a little bit of fresh ginger cut up in warm water. Um, get comfortable, get seated, grab a journal or a piece of paper to do our journaling, and let's get started. So, we're going to start with a micro experiment. I want you to all close your eyes. It's very safe. No one's staring at you. We're going to sit in complete silence for 1 minute. And you're going to notice any urge to fidget, to scroll, to be productive. Okay, are you ready? Close your eyes. Ready, set, go. I want you to slowly open your eyes. Did that feel uncomfortable? What surfaced? Was it restlessness? Was it relief when I said open your eyes? That discomfort is valuable data because it's evidence that we've trained ourselves to equate busyness with worth, right? Probably many of you felt uncomfortable, but Lazy Gains invites us to treat that discomfort as a doorway, not a dead end. The one you want to step through, and you're going to find clarity and creativity and calmer cortisol levels on the other side. It's called active nothingness, right? Purposeful calm. It sharpens your pattern recognition. It boosts dopamine rebounds, it prevents burnout relapse. It is the best and better than any productivity hack you can have out there. Flow, which we talked about last week, optimizes deep work output essentially, right? And lazy gains optimizes input refill, fueling. It's a pit stop that the flow actually needs. Einstein reportedly he really carved those thought walks that he took into every single afternoon, and his notebooks show that all his breakthrough equations dated right after those strolls. So I'm going to ask you a question. When was the last time you scheduled empty space, white space, and treated it as sacred as a client call or as sacred as something you were doing for your family? Ask yourself that, right? So, why does it happen? Why do we get all nervous and fidgety? Well, there's really four forces that really work to make us feel wrong by actually doing white space or just quiet time. One is really cultural, right? Those hustle hashtags, which you talked about the other week, teach us that if we're not grinding, we're losing constant micro hits, right? We're getting a flat baseline of motivation because we think we're always supposed to be moving on in order to actually um, get something worthwhile. There's FOMO, and that's a big one. We fear that missing that email or that trend, it will change everything, right? And that leads into that decision fatigue spiral, right? When you have 30 daily tabs open, oh, who's guilty of that? If you do that, it really probably equates to around 40% slower in your prefrontal recovery, which means that you because you have so many distractions, it takes a long time for you to get to the place that you need and be productive, right? There's that self-worth loop, which is many of us, we earn our validation from being busy, right? I'm valuable when I'm busy. It's a society script, and we're going to have to learn to rewrite that. And then, of course, there's that digital overstimulation, constant notifications that keep our brain in high alert, right? High alert brain waves because we're constantly looking at what's new, what's happening. We're doom scrolling, right? But neuroscience counters those myths, right? Because that default mode network, your brain's the idea switcher, for lack of a better word, it only activates when you're not focused, right? It only activates when you allow yourself time to sit quietly. There is a well-being lab in Stanford, and it shows strategic rest, right? Strategic rest drops cortisol by 32% in under 1 hour. So if you're stressed and you just give yourself some time to rest and clear the space, you will lower your cortisol level. And even Microsoft, I think they did a data analysis that said longer active hours. So the more you are working longer hours, actually turns out that you have fewer unique ideas the longer you work. So short bursts of rest equates to better ideas. So hustle may finish tasks, right? But really rest fertilizes those breakthroughs that you're looking for. So if you've been working like a dog, which a lot of us do, and you haven't accomplished anything, it might be that you're working too much. It goes for the same as in terms of physical activity, right? Sometimes we get stuck in that loop. We start exercising and we get really excited because we see results and we feel good, but then we overdo it. And sometimes you have to slow down and go, you know what? It actually works in reverse. The more you do, your body's like freaking out, going, hold on, I got to hold on to all these reserves because we're doing too much. Whereas if you pace yourself, you're going to get better results. My favorite quote for today is one by Anne Lamott, which is almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you, right? Today, we're the device. It's time to really pull the plug and really focus on giving ourselves some time. How many times have you talked to your IT person and they say, did you turn it off and on? So that's what we're doing. We're rebooting ourselves to make sure. Our flow episode was really about a gentle river, right? Where the lazy gains is a quick reboot, right? We want to quickly reboot so that we can gain that more energy. So that's what it takes. A break is what it takes to ensure that our brain is back on track, and so is our body. So I want you to pull out your journals, and I want you to open them up, and I want you to draw two columns, one, two, plus maybe a little one on the third, a little third column. So on the left column, I want you to write non-stop zones. And I want you to list really up to 5 parts of in life where you feel compelled to always be on, right? The non-stop zone. Where do you feel like you're always having to be on? So I want you to write that down. In the middle column, beside it, for each one, I want you to write down 15-minute pause idea. So for each zone, I want you to brainstorm how you could insert a mini block of intentional nothingness into that always on that you identified. Okay, so you identified something in the nonstop, right? That you always feel like you're on. In the middle section, is give yourself an idea of how you can insert a small 15-minute intentional break of doing nothing. And on the right side, on the little column, I want you to write down potential upside. So what is one benefit that might occur if you actually do this? So, would you gain more clarity? Would you lower your stress? Would you get better sleep? Write those down. I want you to take some time here and keep that pen moving. Okay? Take a few minutes. If you're watching live, continue moving. If you're watching on replay, then feel free to stop the recording right now and go ahead and do the exercise. Doesn't have to be 5, you can do 2 or 3. Really think about how you could put an intentional break when you are, as I said, always on. It could be always on for work, it could be always on for relationship, it could be always on for your business. I know that a lot of us continue writing as I talk. I know a lot of us, we might be in a new relationship, and so we always feel like we have to be on. We're always on, we're always on, because we want this relationship to work, and we want to make sure that we're at our best. That's one of the pieces that I know a lot of my clients come to me on, saying that, I really want this to work, but I always feel like I can't relax because I'm trying really hard. So there's a situation where you're like, okay, that's where you're always on. So where can you put in an intentional 15-minute break? Think about it. Maybe you can say to your partner, you know what, I really love to do these forest walks, or a walking meditation. Why don't you come with me and we'll just walk for 15 minutes? We're not going to talk. It's just to breathe, to clear my head. And what you're doing is showing them something that is important to you. It allows yourself a break because you're not talking. You don't feel obligated to do anything. And what can come out of that? Well, what can come out of it is a calmness, a lower stress, not having to feel heightened all the time, and a clarity of, it's okay. And eventually, as all relationships, what happens in all relationships, eventually you get to the point where you don't feel like you're on. But if that's one of yours, I do want you to write it down. And then I want you to, after you've written the 3 to 5, 2, whatever you do, want you to star beside one of them, right? The idea, the one that you came up with that feels both scary and exciting for you to do, right? For you to give yourself that time. That's the white space. That's the block that you're going to test first, okay? The one that's scary but exciting, that's the one I want you to do first. But I also want you to focus on the other pieces as well, because those are equally as important. So, I'm going to give you another extra exercise for this because I love this whole lazy gains piece. So, I want you to list 3 areas of your life where empty space feels irresponsible. And why? Why does it feel irresponsible for you to just sit? And for each, again, I want you to draft a 15-minute do nothing test that you could try this week. So if that's an easier way for you to come to the same sort of ideas, then feel free to use that one as well. I know this was the hardest thing for me to do, to stay still. I have a very busy life. I'm a well spouse. I've been a caregiver for 17 years, had to raise the three kids on my own. I looked after terminally ill in laws, and I work full time. So I am constantly on the go. So when I actually sat down, even if I said I'm going to sit down and watch 30 minutes of something, I would feel guilty. So if it was like a regular TV show, I would say, you know what? I should be watching something that's helpful to my business. It took me a long time to allow myself that empty space where I could say, I just need to sit quietly for 15 minutes and do absolutely nothing. So I live on the water, so I like to sit out on the deck and just look at the water for a few minutes, and that calms me down and gets me excited about doing whatever it is I have next. Hopefully that helped. So now let's take that and move into let's think of it as white space wealth, for lack of a better word. Wealth meaning not, I don't just mean money, I mean how you feel, right? And let's talk a little bit of manifestation to really sink in this lesson. So I want you to sit tall, okay? And I want you to inhale fully and exhale slowly. If it's helpful for you, close your eyes and picture a blank hourglass. We all know what an hourglass looks like. And picture the grains as they slowly come down inside. They're going to freeze midair. Freeze those grains midair. Time itself pauses for you. And in the stillness, you'll see tiny sparks of light appear. Ideas you've been chasing, and they float upwards and they land gently into your mind's eye. And I want you to repeat this. In stillness, I compound clarity. In stillness, I compound clarity. Your manifestation for the week. In stillness, I compound clarity. So I want you to breathe that in. In stillness, I compound clarity. You can slowly open your eyes and exhale. So now what I want you to do when you believe that you are not focused enough and you need to get a lazy gain, this is one of those manifestations you can come back to. So you're going to want to essentially close your eyes and always envision that hourglass, because it's easy to see those floating particles, those floating grains, and then stop them in midair and allow yourself to rest and have anything come into your eye. It's the same way we do meditation, but this is more of a manifestation because we are repeating in stillness, I compound clarity. You can change that to whatever you believe works for you. Okay. So now we're going to move into a little bit of breath work. We've been practicing this each and every week. As we know, breath resets the nervous system faster than anything else out there, any app you can think of. So we're going to do a little bit of new one, and then we're going to go into box breathing as well. So we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So I want you to take your right thumb and close your right nostril, and I want you to inhale through your left nostril for 5. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Now put your ring finger closing the left, open your right, exhale through your right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that again. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did that feel? You can feel your nervous system slowing down. Now we're going to go to our box breathing. We've done this almost every week. So we're going to do a count of 4 today. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. So I want you to imagine each side of that box locking deeper. It's giving you deeper calm and throughout your body at all times. So I want you to drop your hands. I want you to breathe naturally. Ready? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe naturally. And I want you to notice the hush that came, right? The hush, how your mind calmed, your body calmed. That's what box breathing, alternate nostril breathing is all about. Breathing is really important. So we every single week I've asked you every morning and every evening to do some type of breath work, even if it's only 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. You can do it throughout the day. It's always beneficial. Think of as a child, your parents used to, or your mom used to always say to you, take a deep breath. There's a reason for that, right? It calms the system. I can remember when my little guy was not feeling well or upset, I would ask him to take a few deep breaths as I was sitting there, and I would put my hand on his forehead and I would do Reiki on him as well. And I would ask him to breathe. As he breathes in, he's breathing in fresh, clean energy, and as he breathes out, he's breathing out anything that's bothering him, illness, fatigue, anything at all. Just breathe it out. So you can incorporate Reiki. If you guys want me to do some Reiki in these, please leave comments below and I'd be certainly happy to do it. I am trained as a Reiki master, so I can absolutely do that. So now let's move into a little bit of meditation for you because you're nice and calm. So I want you to close your eyes. Please close your eyes. This works better, guided meditation. And I want you to visualize a still lake at dawn. So beautiful. When the mist hovers over that glass flat water, right? And you're sitting on a smooth rock, and each inhale draws cool, crisp air, morning air, and each exhale releases that tension that's been in your body. And you can see floating above that lake are wispy clouds, and each one is a passing thought. So watch them drift. No need to chase them. No, just let them go along their way. You might hear a loon that calls in the distance, right? It's beautiful. It sounds like it's calling to you. And the ripples spread, reminding you to take small pauses that radiate far reaching impact, right? You might hear a loon from far, far away, but you can actually hear it because it is impacting you. So I want you to cup your hands, and I want you to scoop an orb of reflected light from that lake, and I want you to place it in your heart. Let it soak in the spaciousness, the creativity, the permission. Spend 3 more breaths here, very close. Inhaling and exhaling naturally. Don't hold your breath. Feel that orb, that light from the lake come inside your body, spreading through your entire body, making you feel calm and relaxed and refreshed and motivated. This is a morning meditation. It is the dawn that we're doing it in, so this should make you feel amazing. And when you're ready, I want you to begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, slowly open your eyes, and I want you to bring that lake stillness back with you. So throughout the day, I encourage you to go back to exactly what we were doing. So now we've been doing our breath work, we've done our meditation, our manifestation. So what can we do next? We want to start moving our body just a little bit to get it ready to go. So remember, I encourage you after this Sunday morning club to go ahead and do some type of movement on your own, whether it is in your home and doing stretching, go for a walk, whatever it is that you feel like doing. But for now, we'll do a little bit of movement like we've done in the past. So I want you to do some micro cat cows. So as you inhale, I want you to arch your low back, right? Just a little. And as you exhale, I want you to round gently forward. Tiny waves, inhaling and exhaling, slowly rounding. If you want to move further, you can, inhaling, but you can just do gentle waves and exhaling. And as you move, you'll see that you're starting to get a flow going as opposed to being stilted, right? So inhaling and then arching forward, gently rounding, inhaling and coming to center. We're going to do some slow wings, and it's a very simple movement. All you're going to do is it's an 8 count that you're going to lift your arms overhead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause for 2, 1, 2, and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, up. 4, 8, really reaching out, stretching, make your spine nice and tall, holding for 2, and slowly moving down for a count of 8. Not counting them all because you should be able to do this all by yourself. So 2 more times. Up, and we're going to hold. Enjoy that stretch. For those of you who don't do any stretching and do very little movement, just a simple movement like this can make a massive change to how you feel when you get up in the morning. And release. Okay, we're going to do a side stretch hold for a few minutes. So I want you to take your right hand, just leave it down. I want you to put your left arm up, and I want you to do a 3 breath hold. So 1, 2, 3. Bring your hand down, right hand goes up. 1, 2, 3. We got that? Excellent. Now we're going to twist a little bit. 1, 2, 3. And the other way. 1, 2, 3. One more time. And one more time the other way. Good work. Okay, we're going to do a seated twist. So as we inhale tall, we're going to twist to the right and hold our breath for 4. Now, you can just do it simply like this. So we're going to hold looking right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to exhale. And then as you inhale, hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. So inhale, right hand on the knee, right knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to continue doing that. For those of you who are with us for the vagus nerve one, you might want to do this. An easy way to see, continue doing what we're doing. An easy way to see if you need some release on that vagus nerve is to put your head right. Think about how far you can move it, and to the left. And then I want you to take your hands and I want you to put them behind where your fingers are down your neck, and it's holding the back of your hands like this, are holding the back of your head. Now I want you to do the same thing. I want you to turn right, okay? And I want you to hold until you feel that you have to yawn, that you have to move. There's something that's going to change. You will slowly feel the need to either yawn or do something. I usually yawn. And then I want you to do it on the other way. And when you feel that release, the yawn or just the feeling that you're done, now I want you to try going right and left. And what you'll find is you can move further because you've done that release. So either way, whatever you want, at least you can do one of them. So let's start. 2 more things. One is, let's do a shaking release. You guys love this. You guys keep telling me. Shaking release is simple. Again, it's just shaking. So it's it's really feeling tension fly off of your body. So the best way you can do it is start shaking your hands, your wrists, your shoulders, your feet, your legs. Um, Traditionally, there is a shaking meditation, it's Osho meditation. Shaking is part of it. The more you shake your body, the more tension is released. We will do Osho meditation eventually, but we're trying to work our way up for you guys to make sure that you're doing something each and every time you join me every Sunday. So continue to shake as long as you need to. 1 minute is all you really need in shaking, but it really, you will feel completely different. So I've said this before. I do a lot of speaking on stage. Before I get on the stage, I shake all my tension out so that I'm loose and ready to go. It's like professional players, they do a warm up and it's same thing. They're loosening everything up. So you're shaking off that tension, making yourself very comfortable. If you've been sitting at a desk all day, use that shake to make you start feeling like you're back in your body and you're releasing all that tension. So let's end this section with, let's take our palms over our chest and keep our eyes soft. And I just want you to do 3 deep breaths, inhaling, exhaling at your own pace, and absorbing that calm of being everything we've done so far. Yes? Okay. So I always leave you with a couple of nutrition tips and wellness tips. So tonight, I want you to try this lazy gain snack. So you can take half a banana. You can spread it with almond butter. For those of you who are allergic, you can use sun butter, sesame seed butter, and sprinkle it with sesame or pumpkin seeds. Okay, so um, the banana has tryptophan in it, and tryptophan boosts serotonin, and it's actually the precursor to melatonin, right? And the magnesium that you find in those nuts and the seeds, they relax your muscles and they actually lower your cortisol. So it's a perfect combo to really deepen that evening rest. So, rather than grabbing some sugared cookies or some chips or whatever, try this and see if it actually helps you to deepen your rest for the evening. I would love to hear from you. It's a simple one, and almost everyone usually has bananas in their house. Any type of nuts and seeds, there are better than most. I recommend sesame or pumpkin seeds because they are high in magnesium. But you know, don't not do it because you don't have something. Does that make sense? So I always want you to, you don't have to run to the store every time we think of something. I told you I was drinking ginger water today. I love ginger water. You can either use a grater and grate it up and put it in warm water, or I just put chunks because I'm a little bit lazy, and this is Lazy Gains Day. And so again, just because I'm drinking ginger water doesn't mean you have to run to the store and buy it. But when you're there, it might be a good idea. You might like it. So give it a shot. There's so many people that I've told just to drink lemon water and they've never even thought about it. And then once they drink it, they go, wow, this is really great. So see how you feel and go to whatever you feel works for you. Okay. So I'm going to give you one last challenge, maybe two. And this is a wellness challenge. And I want you to try to adapt what I call a digital detox ladder. So this is how we're going to go. There's 3 levels. So see where you can get to. In the bronze level, I want you to, 30 minutes before you go to bed, I want you to turn off your phone. So don't go to bed, read, and then put it down and try to sleep. Go take it 30 minutes before you get into bed. Say you're not looking at your phone anymore. That's the bronze level. We're going to slowly try to calm ourselves down. So for some of us, we already do this naturally, and some of us don't. I am notorious for my phone because I don't really sleep all that long, and it takes me a long time, but I have very clearly ensured that I give myself time off of the phone to make sure that I can get into a state where I can relax. The silver is maybe today on Sunday, give yourself a 3-hour Sunday screen freeze. So for 3 hours, that's it. Just for 3 hours on a Sunday, don't look at your phone, don't look at your laptop, don't look at the TV. Just give yourself time to take a walk, to enjoy the view, to talk to friends, but screen free. Okay. And here's a tricky one. Here's the gold level. The gold level is once a month. I want you to take that Sunday, a 24-hour tech relax, tech detox, tech Sabbath, whatever you want to call it. But I want you to once a month try it if you can. Very hard to do for us that are obviously are so focused on all of our digital items. So try and see if you could actually go a full day without any screens, without any tech, because there was a UCLA, I believe, scan that showed those dopamine receptor sensitivity, they rebound after just 3 hours offline. So when you're offline just 3 hours, it heightens your motivation for the next day. So think if you could do 24 hours, can you believe how motivated you would be the next day? And I know subconsciously you kind of know this already because we know that sometimes, if we don't, we're constantly doing our emails, we're constantly doing our work. And then if we have like a day where we have meetings or something, when we go back to our emails and everything we need to do, all of a sudden we feel more like we can get through it. Like, we can really make a difference because we've allowed ourselves time to reset. Okay, so today you learned about lazy gains, right? Flow handles performance. We talked about that the other day. If you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it on YouTube or on the podcast. But lazy gains fuels that performer, right? So flow handles the performance, lazy gains fuels the performer. So remember, I told you I was going to leave you one more challenge. So before midnight tonight, that's Sunday, schedule two 30-minute white space blocks this week, right? Just get your calendar, put 30 minutes twice, and treat them like a VIP meeting for yourself, right? You're having a VIP meeting with yourself. So two 30-minute white space blocks. And that can be anything. It could be just sitting, looking at the view. It can be going for a walk. It could be just sitting calmly, but two 30 minutes, not a lot to ask, right? And so I'm going to give you an ask. I'm going to ask you, if you could, please post any insights that you gained from watching this Lazy Gains into the comments below, or if you're part of our Mastermind City hub, go ahead and post them there. Use the tag Lazy Gains Wins, because what I'm trying to do is I want you to inspire someone else to unplug, right? Someone else to see what you've done, what you've accomplished, and maybe they'll say, you know what, maybe I need to unplug. You probably know somebody in your life that does. So next Sunday, we're going to dive into the alchemy of your inbox, right? And how to really create a winning new strategy to ensure each and every day, each and every week, we're building, right? We're building the strategies. We went from burnout and anxiety and fear, right? So we're slowly moving forward to embrace this new life for you. So until next Sunday, remember that wisdom quote, right? And give yourself time to reboot what you need to unplug and reboot yourself, because you deserve it, right? So thank you for choosing rest as a strategy. I'm going to see you at 7 a.m. next week. But until then, breathe easy, move slowly, and watch those gains roll in. Namaste.
And that's a wrap for today's Sunday Morning Club session. Feeling inspired? Well, good. Keep riding that wave all week long. And don't forget to join me live every Sunday at 7 a.m. for real-time conversations. So if you miss a session, no worries. Grab the replays, sign up for our next big thing, and get all the juicy details at sunnymornings.club. So thanks for tuning in. Go out there and spark some magic in your life and in your business.